Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday morning and I am in need of some really much needed me time. And I thought today I'd do some acrylic pours. I've still got a little bit of this Dina Wakley pouring medium. I've still got a little bit of the Cell Creator, which has got a really funny color. It's still quite liquidy, but I thought it was clear when I bought it, so it may or may not work, but that's okay. I've got these cardboard corrugated sort of tag-like. I thought this would be really lovely to that texture. See, I've ripped some of the cardboard off, so I love exposing that corrugated, just this gorgeous texture, really gorgeous. So I'm not in the mood to create an amazing piece of art. I don't think I'm in that headspace. I just want to play with color and I want to be free and I want to let go. I've been thinking a lot about things. A lot of things have happened in quite a short space of time, and I'm feeling uneasy and I do want to let go. And I thought, let's do some pouring. That is what my soul, my inner child, that's what she wants right now. She just wants to play. So let's do pouring. So I have some of these cups. I've got 5, and I've kind of chosen 5 colors. I've got the yellow and a pistachio green from Kaiser. And this one's Urban Crafter from good old Riot Art, RIP. And then I've got 3 Dina Wakley paints. Peacock, Magenta, and Blackberry, which is the purple, not Eggplant, which is the burgundy. So let's do this. Now, I really don't know how much pouring medium I have, so I do want to finish it. So I'm going to be a little bit modest to start off with, because I want to make sure I have enough for each color. I'm going to go that much. So I'm going to the 5 mil mark. I don't know how much that's going to make, but let's go 5 mils all the way through. And I'm just going to finish out my pouring medium. And I'll have to put in another order. I remember the last time I did this, it was so addictive. And I'm looking for a little bit of pep right now, just to remind myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest of this all in the yellow. So the yellow will be my main color, my lightest color. The formula is 3 parts medium to 1 part paint. So if that's 15 mils divided by 3, so I want 5 mils of paint. So how can you measure 5 mils of paint? That's from a tube, right? So can't see. So I'm kind of just gonna eyeball 1/3. And I'm gonna go for, make it up to 20 on that one. So I'm gonna use the measurements on the side there. We've got 5 mils, I'm gonna make that one up to 10. All right, so with this one, I make it up to 10. Pink, I kind of want a lot of pink. I realize I don't have much pouring medium, but you know, something to get me in the art room. Okay, cool. Okay, so here is Pinky. Oh gosh, that's just delicious. This is what I was craving this morning. I was craving art time, and just that. The colors are lovely. The feeling that I'm getting now is just reminding me how much I've missed art and how I've been putting all the boring stuff, you know, the necessary, but the boring stuff ahead of my art. And I've been a little bit like off kilter lately. It's because I haven't incorporated arting and crafting in my daily schedule. And that's the only time in my life, really, when I'm the boss. Okay, this one, I almost feel like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. You see that yellow? Oh, it's delicious. And lastly is this blackberry. Oh my gosh. Look at that. She's a beauty. Oh, these colors are just bringing me back to myself. Okay, brilliant. So now that the colors are mixed, we're going to go ahead and try to add this. Dina Wakley, add 1 drop to each cup. 1 drop, hey? Am I capable? I'm going to do 1, 2, oh, no, that's not a drop. Okay, so I squeezed a bit there. I'm going to be careful here. 1, 2, okay, 3. I'm going to do just 1 drop in that one, 2 drops in that one, and 2 drops in that one. Okie dokes. So here we go. Now I'm mixing my cell creator into each of my pouring cups. There we go. Oh goodness, I'm feeling really excited. I was feeling really down this morning. Just like dragging myself out of bed. Not wanting to do my usual walking or yoga, or I'm just refusing, resisting everything. You know, my body was telling me that I was tired and that I was doing too much. And I thought of going into the craft room, and my body was saying, my mind was saying, no, I can't do that. I can't do a big project. I wouldn't know what to do. And then I thought, but I want to play. And I thought, I wonder if I have any cell creator pouring medium. And I did, and then immediately, like, I felt my energy shift, and I knew it was what I wanted to do. So let's play. So I'm going to stand it up here just so that it drips. So I've got like just some 300 GSM watercolor paper, and it's going to catch my drips for me and be a secondary work of art. So let's get started. Now, I'll make sure that you guys are in here with me. All right, here we go. Peacock and that really light pistachio is a lovely combination. And oh my goodness, I'm starting to see cells form in the pistachio. That is so cool. Now, I wonder, I want 1 drop of pink in there. Yeah. That's it. That's it. This one's done. Now I do have a little pizza box on the side here, and it is going to go in here to dry. This is totally me. I can't believe that I do not have any more pouring medium. I'm gonna use liquefying medium. This is by Atelier. I really don't have much of this stuff left either. Jeez. What I'm going to do is add a whole lot of this. I mean, I didn't have much in there anyway, so oh well. I'm not going to lose anything. And I'm going to add, this is my little experiment now. I'm going to add 2 drops of this. It just feels really like thick. I want to add, I mean, the whole point of this is a liquefying. And I wonder if, you know, the paint, because the Dina Wakley paint is so heavy body. So I'm moving into voiceover mode now, and this is pretty much where I stopped talking in the process, and I just started being and flowing and really enjoying myself and not worrying about explaining what I was doing. So I came out of my head and was just feeling what I was doing. The liquefying medium helped to thin out the paint, but I'm not sure if it was actually a good substitute for a pouring medium. I am going to do another video to show you what happens now that you don't have any pouring medium and you're waiting for your order, and what we can do instead that works just as well. And perhaps we can even cancel that order, because you know, you can make it from what you've got at home, which is sort of what I love to do. So what I'm doing here now is just totally playing. This is where I just start mixing all the colors together, trying to keep in mind color theory, going by feel, and just really kind of watching paint drip, which is sort of what I was looking for. I was in a total experimental stage. I had nothing in mind, no outcome. I just wanted to enjoy myself and to just let go. So at times when you feel like there's nothing to do, like you don't know what you're making, what the outcome's going to be, that's okay too. That's your adventure mode. That's the whole trying and trusting yourself, letting things go, letting control go, and just going with the flow. You know, in life we can't do that. We can't go with the flow in life. So you have rules at work, you have things that you need to do at school, you have things that you have to do with family. There's outcomes that need to be reached. But in art, there's nothing stopping you from letting go of some of the rules that you have in places in your life to get work done. And it's just really good to try. In my vocabulary, I don't have the word mistake. I have this kind of sense of let's give it a go, see how it turns out, let's learn from it. And we know what to do next time and what not to do next time. And I learned that sort of from art, and I took that into my kind of everyday living kind of attitude. And I don't feel bad making a mistake, not as much as I did last time. And I don't even call it a mistake anymore. It's learning. It's what we do. We're not born making art. We're not born knowing how to make great relationships. We learn every single day. So when you feel that thought of, oh, I've made a mistake, just change that attitude and just say, you know what? I didn't know that before, and now I do. So well done me for going there. Well done me for trying. And then now, here we go. I'm going to take what I learned and I'm going to try next time, or we're going to see how good I do next time. So it's always like you're comparing yourself to last time. You're not comparing yourself to other people, because that's not fair. We don't know their experience, what they've done. But you are comparing yourself to how you were yesterday, how you were this time 6 months ago, how you were this time last year. Last year, I just couldn't handle people saying this. This year, I'm actually doing quite better. So yay me. Let's keep growing. Let's get to the point where nothing phases me. So that's sort of how my attitude is with a lot of things. And I really think that it's due to my adventure or my risk taking in my art. Let's just give it a go and let's learn from this, and let's have just a positive attitude, and yeah, let's enjoy it. Because face it, you know, if we're not enjoying what we're doing, why are we doing it? What's the point again? So at this stage, I am just in total free flow. I'm mixing, I'm playing. If you notice, I'm adding color on top of color. I'm not mixing it on top of the corrugated medium. I'm just kind of letting it flow on top of each other. So there's no mud happening. It's just colors inside colors. And it looks all lovely. So at this stage now, you see the lovely mess on the paper underneath. I'm just sopping it up with an extra bit of cardboard, and then I'm going to bring my brayer in, and I am going to just kind of smooth out this color using the lightest color I have. So this is the pistachio and the yellow, and I'm just brayering out and making a background. I do agree that at this stage, it looks pretty yuck. I won't lie. And I do agree, and I must admit that my art takes stages. if you were to stop in the yuck stage, you'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this? I'm so crap at this. Do not stop at the yuck stage. You just know that there is going to be a stage where you don't know where it's going from here. So you just need to be a little bit brave. So after I've brayered the background, I decided that what I wanted to do was just put a little bit of stencil in. So I have some blue on the side there, and I've picked up a Tim Holtz stencil. I sort of don't like the blue there. It's really light. So I, at first, had thinned it out with some liquefying medium, and that made it really light. So then I used it neat, and so that was a bit darker on the cardboard. And then I thought, well, let's make it darker again. So I'm using black with that same stencil, and I must say I totally love this stencil. And so I'm just using those colors now, using a few different stencils, making some backgrounds, and I'm doing like the top corner and the bottom as well. I'm also mixing stencil patterns, just to give a little bit of a variety in the background. And I'm also going to add a little bit of white just to kind of break up the pattern. It looks like there's too much dark, and you kind of can't tell. You can't tell the artwork from the piece of wood that I've got underneath, which, you know, it's just makes me laugh. I don't really know what I'm doing at this stage. And once again, it doesn't really matter. I am just really playing. It's just free. It's freeing to play. And then after a while, you kind of it comes together really well, and you'll see at the stage where it starts coming together. So here, all I'm doing is just trying different combinations. The white and the pink look lovely. The blue and the black sort of look okay right now. But then when you add a little bit of pink, it looks pretty amazing. So sometimes you need 2 colors, sometimes you need 3 to bring stuff together. I'm coming back to the background here, and I'm just trying to add a few more interesting layers to the background using my stencils. I'm adding pink, then I'm adding white. The background is pretty spotty, and I am thinking that it's not really working for me. So then what I decided to do is just grab this stencil cut out, and I'm going to come in with some black and really try to black out some of that background, just to make it quite bold, so you just don't see all the colors in the back there. And I actually really love this technique, and it creates just such a lovely effect with the black around it. So I really enjoy doing this, and as soon as you put the black there, you just forget about the background. So I bring this technique back to the little pieces of art here, the little pieces of cardboard, and I totally love that. It kind of just makes all the difference, and I know now that it's taking shape, and I love what's happening. So this is the stencil here, and there's two stencil cutouts are what I used in the first place. So I inverted it. I used the stencil. So here's the positive with the purple, and the first 2 were the negative image, if you know what I mean. I did want to come in here and do some white just to break up the dark colors of that background, and I really like that. I went back to the first one with the purple, and I covered it with the white once again just to create a contrast, because I thought that the background was quite dark anyway with the blue and the black. So I really like how that turned out as well. So it's at this stage that I decided that my pieces of art looked like my background. So I changed the background here so that you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm coming in with some liquid pearls, and I'm going along the edges there where the corrugated cardboard is exposed, and I'm adding more gold to the side, and I just love the texture and I love the shine. So that's very kinesthetic. Like when you touch it and feel it, it just looks good and it feels good, and that must be one of my favorite pieces. I go back in here, so this is the one where there's a little bit of pink in the background there underneath the fern. So I chose to grab some of the liquid pearls in pink, and I'm once again just going down the corrugated piece, and that just looks really great. It really accentuates the pink in the fern. So I chose the pink once again. I think this is the magenta actually, for the one that had pink in the background, and I went across this time, just going with what I have, and it just looks so amazing. And you know, that it's 3D texture paint basically, so it really looks good and it feels good when you touch it once it dries, and it's so shiny. And for this last one, because there was a lot of yellow in the background, I kind of chose this coppery gold liquid pearls, and or was that the Nouveau? I think that might be the Nouveau drops. So anyway, they're the same product. They're a 3D beautiful kind of paint. So I love how that gives texture and just another layer to the artwork. I then go around and I distress the edges. I actually should have done this before I added the wet stuff, but that's what I learned for next time. I then thought it was way too light, and so I added paint, black paint. So I quite love how that looks. So to me, that looks 70% complete. It's now missing just a focal image and a word. So I'm reaching out for a whole lot of stickers and die cuts here, and this is where really there are no rules, and it's just where you are at what stage in your arting kind of design, progress, whatever you want to say. So because there's a fern there, I decided to put like a butterfly, so I made it like a nature theme. I added the butterfly at the bottom there, so there's 3 elements there. There's like a tag, there's a banner, and a butterfly. So that's the element of 3. We learn in art theory that 3s, the eye likes to see 3s, the brain likes to think in 3s. So that's the element of 3 on that first one. And for the first sentiment, I said, be good, do good. I do love this pack from Vicky Bouton. She's got some great stickers that are already put in 3s, and so that kind of taught me how to put elements of 3s using 3 different embellishments. So next I reach for the Tim Holtz paper dolls. These guys are so cool, and once again I am just playing and trying to position a focal image where you can see it and it's not being absorbed or in the background. You know, it has to stand out. So with this one, with the little girl, she is so beautiful. I decided to put her on 3D foam tape and kind of make her stick out. Because she's holding out her dress, I put the sentiment, use your wings, and I think it's just really lovely how it looks here. So once again, with this little one, I added a banner and then the butterfly on top of it there. I love how those 2 pieces are touching, and I'm going to put together now a few to make a sentiment. So it says, be fearless, good things are going to happen. And I'm just going to put some black paint around the edges, and the butterfly is the focal image on that one. I do end up going around it here with a paintbrush. Probably shouldn't have, I didn't need to do that, but that's what I chose to do then and there. It doesn't spoil it. It doesn't. I just don't think it adds anything to it. So next time I would probably just leave it. All right. So with this one, I love the two focal images here. So the one with the little girl holding at her dress and smiling, she's gorgeous. So she goes flat down. And the one with the 2 girls that are really like solemn and really serious, I've propped them up on foam tape and put them just ahead of her. I do a cluster of 3 again, and the sentiment I chose is one that says attitude is everything, and it just shows you there that, you know, she's smiling, she's really making an effort, and the other 2 are just standing there, and you know, you look at the one with the smiles the most. So I really love how that one turned out. So that brings us to the conclusion of this session. I'm just showing you now the pieces of artwork where I did the acrylic pour. These were obviously wet when I poured them, so I couldn't add artwork to them. And these are photos I took straight after. Love how the cells formed, love how the colors mixed, love the corrugated cardboard behind it. So good. And remember, the original outcome was just to have fun and play with no major piece of art intended in the end. Where the art did come out was the swap up pieces at the end, where I made the background, then I added elements, then I added a focal image, then I added a quote, and these are what I came up with. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love for you to reach out and get in contact with me. You can leave a comment below. You can head over to my Facebook and send me a message there. I would love to connect with you about where you are at your stage in life with your art. If you're having problems with your art, I'd love to be able to help you any way I can. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.